everybody. Good morning, or rather good afternoon, on the Lionsgate portal. 8/8/2019. Now, what does the Lionsgate mean? A dear friend of mine posted something that simplified it and honestly made it so clear to understand. The Lionsgate, or in the month of Leo, we are getting the strength to face our shadows, to face the fears and the untruths about ourselves, and also stepping into our power. So today can mean whatever it means to you in terms of having the courage to face what you've always wanted to overcome and being able to step into yourself, step into how you want to appear in the world and what you want to do and who you want to be. So I thought I would come on here and do a quick little read for a few messages that want to come through on the Lionsgate. Motion. Everything is movable. So this is a card that's been coming up a lot concerning this portal. In terms of what we are manifesting and what we are focusing on, nothing is fixed. So in any moment you can choose to face those shadows or step into who you really are. We got mental peace, also Bast, and Bast is actually this token. Totem over here. We have mental peace, healing on all levels. What are the messages for the collective concerning the Lionsgate? The merging of the masculine and feminine energies. We all carry these within us. A masculine stream and a feminine stream. I also heard something wonderful concerning the lower chakras being more masculine energies, the root, the sacral, and the solar, concerning our appearance in the world, our strength, our self-esteem. And the heart is the one that merges the lower chakras and the higher ones. And then the higher ones, the throat, the third eye, and the crown, are the feminine energies of receptivity and creation in the world. Now, the twin card, the masculine and the feminine, merging within us, merging into the heart, into a grounded, strong presence from the heart where we can lead from love, where we have the courage to face what is standing in our way and stepping into our true selves. So, let's see. Okay. Accepting and adapting to these changes that are coming on now in our DNA. Our very DNA is rewiring itself to receive more of these light codes as the frequency of the earth increases. We are being guided to journey interdimensionally and gather aspects of ourselves that we might have lost coming into this realm. We come in, basically forget who we are in order to test our true strength, to test our fortitude, to learn who we really are. We have the courage, we have an opportunity here. Though it seems littered with fear and pain, we have an opportunity to transform this, to face aspects of ourselves that we would rather not, to look at the shadow, to befriend the shadow rather than cast it away. Because the more we suppress things and cast them away, the larger than life they get and the more havoc they can wreak in our lives. So the overall energy of this read is to know that we are protected and guided in navigating these tides and navigating these timelines and navigating these aspects of ourselves. In order to access this courage, you just have to go into the body, to open up to these guides, to accept the rebirth that is coming. Now, you can't be born into a new version of yourself without first accepting kind of the death of old things or walking away from things that no longer serve you. And that's the set card over here, a Saturnian card of limitations. Limitations can be viewed solely in a negative light, as in that's terrible, I don't want to do that, let's suppress it. Or it can be viewed as a blessing, a gift. A limitation unlocks your potential, allows you to level up in big ways. Overcoming this limitation or using it to your advantage can oftentimes mean way more than simply having received everything you ever needed throughout your life, never having been challenged, and never going through periods of darkness. When you go through periods of darkness is when you learn the most about your life and your light and your strength. I'm going to go on in with the second deck over here. Our creative fire is ready to be received by us. And here we go again, the Strength card. This is the card of Leon, this portal, this Lion's Gate. Walking side by side with our shadow or aspects of ourselves that life tried to tame. Embracing in this moment that you are a whole being with shadow and light. And that doesn't make you what society tries to make you, whether that fits into a mold or not. It just makes you you. The codes that are unique to you, that you can access within yourself. Embracing this, being able to face your darkness and also stand in pride and strength of your message and your lessons. See? The Tower card and this card of limitations over here. Essentially, sometimes things have to fall apart completely before a spiritual rebirth can come in. Now, this can be scary. It is scary. It's terrifying when things don't go as planned, when they fall apart, when they seem to not have any connection to what you would hope for yourself. But oftentimes, your soul knows. Your soul knows the journey that you are on. So if it is taking you down a path that causes you to lose material things or people or friends or things, or lose the identities of yourself, know that it is for a higher purpose. It is for a higher reason. This Lion's Gate right now is such an important time to recognize that we can be deciding and choosing out of fear, or we could choose out of love. Oftentimes we cling to things, we attach out of fear. Fear that we're going to lose these people or these things, or that we will never be able to become who we really want to be unless we play small, we play by fear. Recognize that you received an imprint and programming through having been born on this earth. You can question pretty much any belief that you have about yourself, about your world, or other people. And you might come to realize that a lot of these beliefs are not even your own. It's the same thing that happened to your mother and her grandmother and her great-grandmother before her. Our ancestral line has been passing on and giving information to each other through survival, through mechanisms that kept them around. We cannot blame those that have come before us for what they knew to be true. However, you have the opportunity now to transform and take these lessons and do something beautiful, not just for yourself, but for all of them, for all of your ancestors and for your entire world. Because in recognizing that there is no need any longer to live in slavery or fear or ego or attachment, to recognize that you are allowed to play big, that you can access something in yourself that is beyond this programming. You free the entire line because you shine light on that which was dark, on that which was frightening and too difficult to face. You have this blessing to come in, to face these shadows, and to transform them into the life that you've always wanted to live. Didn't you think that your ancestors before you also always wanted to live this? They wanted to live the dream. They wanted to be free of shame and guilt and fear. They didn't know how. They did not know how. And in your hands, in your very hands now, you carry the tools and the instruments, the very mechanisms that are going to free you. Few messages. Once again, the Lover's card, the masculine and the feminine energies merging. So in this world, it's quite imbalanced. We can no longer exist in a way that only honors one of those energies and ignores the other. Now, patriarchal societies concerning religion simply cut the woman out of the picture. By creating a masculine god that birthed the world, where'd the woman go? Where is the blood and the tears and the birth and the creation that comes through the womb? And so, in merging these energies, what we are acknowledging is that you cannot succeed solely by having an aggressive masculine out to go get it attitude. And you cannot solely succeed by having no strategy, no plan, and simply receiving through intuition. The way forwards is a holistic way. It's merging in the heart. It's all of the energies coming together. The masculine path and the feminine path merging in union, in order to allow a being that can balance these tides, that can manifest into the world by honoring the craft and also making way for it, making space for this craft. Now, let's see what messages come through. Current situation, current influences, foundation, passing influences, next 3 months, next 6 months, environment, strengths and advantages, thoughts and concerns, and the outcome. Okay. Now, we are going on a journey to embrace our passions, to embrace our fire. No longer accepting that we must play small in order to live in this world. Current situation is the sun shining on us so brightly, these codes coming in and activating us to remember and realize that we are more than our limitations. We are more than we thought we were. And this sun is also the symbol for the divine life and the vision of warmth that you might carry within you in your heart. The current influences are the Queen of Cups. Basically, she sits there holding this divine vessel, this emotional intelligence that moves through her, these energies. The foundation of this is recognizing that these emotional tides, they can be blessings and they can be curses, but we can also acknowledge that the losses are leading to something larger. With the Five of Cups, there are 2 entire cups full of blessings and gratitude right behind him. But if he focuses on the 3 that have fallen, you essentially stand to continue to live in the same patterns. You continue to live in the past. Now, patterns that have not been shown light on, that are in the subconscious mind, that are things passed on to you from your parents and your ancestors, they continue to live on unless you shine light on them. Unless you become aware and conscious that things that you are doing are patterns. You're not consciously choosing those things. But when you shine light on it and question, well, who am I really? And why am I doing this? And why do I believe that? And what do I really want? Only then can you begin to transform these things and use those patterns, use them as lessons to actually move forwards into what you want to bring into the world. The passing influences here are the 8 of Cups. It's really, I see it as the merging of logic and intuition. It's basically using all of the lessons that we have at our disposal in order to bring ourselves forwards. The Ace of Swords, receiving quick messages on the wind, quick messages of inspiration for ourselves in order to uplift ourselves. See, there come times when you are brought down by the mind. You're completely shattered in anxiety from thought forms and things that we worry about and think about. Now, these things, we have to recognize that they are creations of fear. They're things that have been passed on to us. They are beliefs that we might not even truly believe in. The way to realize this is to have temperance, is to walk this life with balance, is to recognize that these lessons can bring us somewhere else. We don't have to continue to live out these same old patterns over and over again. It becomes a matter of recognizing that, do you have to carry everything that you have been carrying so far? Now, a lot of the fears and the things that we experience in our lives are due to density in the body, energies and blocked emotions that you are carrying within your body. If you carry them with you and you move through life, you manifest with them what they attach to, the energy that they attach to. Becoming lighter in spirit in order to rise higher and higher is letting go of old emotions, resentments. It's letting go of people and places that are toxic to you. It's letting go of beliefs that you don't even need, that you don't need to carry with you in order to be who you really are. the King of Cups merges with his Queen of Cups, in that they both become masters of this tide of life that's passing through them. In order to accept these blessings, we must first drop the curses. We must first drop that which does not serve us, that which is blocking the manifestation, blocking. See, you can believe that you deserve all the good in the world and try to act on that. But if there are aspects within yourself that don't yet believe that, if there are energies within you, if there are feelings that you are not aware of that counter that, how can that merge with you? How can that reality come in? So I wanted to end this reading with a quick exercise called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. Essentially, this is a series of tapping on meridians, energy points on the body, where you implement new information into the nervous system and allow emotions to be released that have been locked up in the body. I'll follow this sequence for you on the positions that you should tap on, and you can say anything you want to say on these points. Acknowledge this emotion and the tense feelings that are in the body, and also begin to rewire by entering in information that you do want. So, I want you to take a deep breath with me. And we'll begin. Even though I have lived in fear before, even though all my ancestors knew before me was a pattern of limitation and fear, even though I have walked this pattern in the same way that their feet have beat this pattern out, even though it was all I knew my entire life, I thank them for these lessons. I thank them for these lessons, and I acknowledge their merit, and I also welcome in these codes of light that are coming in, allowing me to rise, allowing me to transform these fears and limitations, to be able to become who I really am. I thank my ancestors for everything that they gave me, because it allowed me to access my strength. It allowed me to see what I was really made of. I thank them for the lessons that they have given me. I am now dropping the fear. I am dropping the limitations. I am dropping that which does not serve me. Deep breath. I am walking into my power. I'm walking into my strength. I have the courage to face my fears and become who I really am. Deep breath. Do another sequence again. I can feel the emotions that want to be released, that are longing to be seen in my body. And I welcome them to rise to the surface, to be released into a stream of light that will take them back to source. I'm opening myself up to receiving. In dropping these densities, in dropping these limitations, in dropping these fears, I open myself up to receiving my highest good. I open myself up to receiving my blessings, my abundance, the things that are longing to come towards me. If only I would drop the fears. Am I ready to drop the fears? I am ready to drop the fears. I am ready to transform completely and fully, to drop the old version of myself and walk into who I really am. I open myself up to the blessings that the universe is trying to impart upon me. I thank my ancestors before me. I thank the path that has brought me here. I am no longer afraid. I am able to speak my voice in the world. I am able to live out my experience in the way that is aligning with my desires. Deep breath. Drop the fears, and I align myself with my desires. So mote it be. May this blessing find you well, my lovelies. Happy Lionsgate.